What's poppin', world? It's your boy, uh, Jay. What's my name, CJ?
Pex.
How
JS
how
Pex.
how dare you? All right, yeah. Again, what's poppin', world? It is us, and we are back for another episode of The Price is Right. And today we got some prices that you guys have to
Da-da-da-da.
guess.
Da-da-da-da.
Yep,
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright.
Q old white man host. So I forgot his name.
Oh, Bob
No,
Parker.
oh yo, you
Bob
know
Barker.
which show like that I actually like. You know that one where they used to like go through the supermarket and just run with the carriages and try to get items.
No.
You never seen that? Oh my goodness, I'll find it. I'll link it to you. I used to love that one as a kid.
Okay. Yeah,
It was
alright.
amazing. But yeah, today people, we're gonna go over some matches because matches are matches, and we're gonna go over the polls and who everyone thought were gonna win the matches. Sound good? Capiche?
Great, because we're doing it regardless of what you think.
Yeah, capiche. All right. So the first match we have is the Hog Hawluchas versus the Boston Keldios. Boston Keldios coming out smacking the UBC around a little bit from what I've been seeing.
Yeah, the Chaldeos are 4-0.
Yeah, they've been smacking at him around.
Well, I don't think they've played Adam yet, but that's a match
haven't-
I'm going to be looking forward to.
They haven't played at him yet, but he's gonna get smacked around. Just wait on it. And yeah, they played the Hog Hawluchas. I just want to go ahead and look at the oh my lord.
Yeah, so I'm going to be a broken record here and remind everybody that Mega Pinsir has no counters.
I mean that is true. I love Mega Pencil.
Yeah, Lando T is going to have to be saved in the back for Mega Pinsir. It's really the only option because Heliolisk is not a Pinsir counter.
And
It's
we're
not a
we're
Pinsir
current
check.
we're currently on week 4, right? I mean, well, week 5 now, right?
Yeah, this is week 5.
Yeah. So the Boston Keldios are currently 4-0 with a plus 18 differential. They are again smacking the league around. Number 1 right now, pretty much. They're holding it down. It's kind of insane.
It is kind of insane. But this is kind of an interesting match because the Chaldeos actually have some decent counters to some of the wall breakers that the Hawluchas have. Like Melodic is pretty much a hard check to Volcanion. And then Sylveon, I don't think it can really do a lot to like a Scavalier short of an HP Fire. But if that's an Assault Vest, it's going to tank the HP Fire and then knock back with Iron Head. Kind of a funny set would be like Assault Vest Victini. That would actually do pretty well against a Sylveon.
That would be beautiful. I've run my share of Assault Vest fire types because for some reason Assault fire types, no matter how bulky they are, man, you chop an Assault Vest on them if they got good moves, and they wall something fairy type-ish. It's amazing. I did it with Entei. Well, I was going to do it with Entei when I had to go up against Lucky Sylveon, but unfortunately for that match didn't happen. And then the second time I played him, he didn't even bring Sylveon. So, yeah, but fire types are usually a decent answer. In Victini, with that natural bulk being base 100 everything, it can be ran. I never really see defensive Victinis now, and like that's like the only.
I think that has a lot of potential, the defensive Victini, because you think
That-
about things like Celebi and Mew and Jirachi, they're all run defensively.
Yeah, like every
half the
other
time.
every other one is run defensively except for Victini, and I think that's literally only because Victini's offensive move pool is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's an unexplored area in a league format.
You want to know something I did see though? I was in a tournament. Pretty sure I told you about this tournament, but I didn't tell you about this Victini set I seen. So this kid had he had Victini, obviously, and it had V Create, and it had Trick Room. So
that's pretty nice.
after it would V Create, it would Trick Room, and now it's slower than what's ever in there, and it could just keep spamming V Create. It was ridiculous.
All right, Levine, I hope you're listening to this.
And I ended up blowing the Victini kid back, so rip his Trick Room Victini.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no need to worry. It was a very innovative set, people. You don't have to run Scarf Victini every day. You don't have to run Vanded V Create every day. You don't have to run Specs Victini, which honestly, that's probably almost never run.
Yeah, I don't
Specs
think I've
Victini.
ever seen that.
I've never seen the Specs Victini. But moral of the story is, you have a base 100 Mon for a reason. You can run it defensive to counter things that usually have no counter, being the broken fairy type.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I think this is going to be an interesting match. There's like some good bulky walls on each side that counters the other team. Like, for example, Porygon 2. There's not a really great answer on the Keldeo side for Porygon 2, so that has a lot of potential to do some work. it's a match I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean this match looks very, very interesting. I mean, if he does want to use Scar Victini, he can use that to nuke the Mega Pinsir
Yeah, maybe
on
that's
a
the best
revenge kill.
way. Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I just
Yeah.
don't like Lando T in the format, and
Yeah.
I guess we just gotta wait and see, people. Wait and see, wait and see, wait and see.
Yeah.
I mean, he is 4-0 for a reason, so obviously he's
Yeah.
doing
The
something
vote
right.
is very close though. It's 38 to 62. So
All
anything
right.
can happen.
So, match number 2, we have the Baltimore Oriole Lose versus the person who stole my mascot.
That's Vepsis and the
Hello,
Helsinki
Vepsis.
Hydreigons.
Yeah, no, Helsinki, no, Hamden Hydreigons. Okay, if you're gonna use the Hydreigons, you use it. JK, friend, don't get upset. I'm playing around. I'm a jokester. I'm a horse. But yeah, I know nothing about you though, friend. I've never seen any of your battling. I'm probably gonna have to check out your channel, do some scouting, but I'm not even aware if you're actually a competitive battler. I mean, because you just popped in and took over when you were needed. Thanks for that. Helping continuation of the UBC. But you are going up against the Oriole Lose, the Horseole Lose. And
Horseoles?
yes. And
Okay.
looking at the poll, I mean, it's looking kind of in favor of the Horseole Lose. How do you feel about that horse? I mean, CJ.
I mean, so like without giving too much away about my plan for this battle, his normal resist is Jirachi, and okay, that's it.
Oh wait, I didn't notice this. This guy has Jirachi and Kieran Black. All right, never mind. His team is kind of insane.
Yeah, the thing is I don't have defensive answers to his offensive threats.
And he has
so
Mega Altair. Yeah, this team is okay. All right.
This team is lit.
This team is definitely lit. Okay.
So this is
And
a match that you guys can look forward to if you like offense.
And I don't say that word often because I hate that word. But this
Lit?
team, yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I just hate any word that becomes cool and everybody says it because it came cool.
Like flames,
Yeah, like come on, no.
or anyway.
All right, I'm sorry. I was being anti-hipster. Well, hipster, I guess technically, but I'm not a hipster because some people they go against the grain just because everybody else would do it. Like that's like saying I don't like lit, but I go out and say Coolaroonie. I don't say Coolaroonie. Okay, I'm not a hipster.
That's
It's just
smashing.
smashing. Oh, darling.
Cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm not. This is not a match to sleep on. It's the Hydreigons might be 0-4, but it's not deserved.
Yeah, and it's not like he was the one that was on for. Okay, the team that he took over had a lot of coach switches, to say the least. A lot of people had to back out. A lot of things been happening. Personal issues are personal issues, people. Make sure you look out and pay attention for this amazing match this week. Now, match number 3. We go to the Broadway Blastoise versus the Celadon City Celebes, and this is, excuse me, oh my goodness, hiccup. Another situation where we have someone who is, I don't know how used to the format the Blastoise are, but they're more used to it than the Celebes. The Celebes are still getting their foot in the door, still getting used to having to prep for a specific set of mons. And I mean, if you're not used to something like that, it's definitely a culture shock, or I can't even think of the word. A period of where you have to a transitional period. There we go. I thought of the word. And
Yeah.
CJ, are you okay? I thought you disappeared. I was gonna cry. Yeah,
No,
it's-
I'm still here.
It's literally because the team isn't bad, but it's just if you're not used to doing stuff like this, like even people that just play Showdown Lives and stuff like that, they're not going to be able to just come right out the gate and do stuff like that. Not saying that he does let Showdown Lives, but maybe he's just a Let's player, you know? Nobody's going to be able to just clearly come from that form of PokeTubing and jump into a league format and instantly be the best player in the league. It takes some adjustment. And I mean, he's still in that adjustment period. So I mean, I'm down to cut him some slack. But with that, again, the Broadway Blastoise are they have a really good team, and I feel like they're going to use that team plus their experience to be able to take this win.
Yeah, I think so. I think for Gabriel Mario, he's got a cool team. It's been a rough start to the season. I think I would spend this season just trying stuff out and seeing what you can learn. And figure out like what the play style you like to use and things like that. And do your best to be competitive. Bring sets that you might not think are otherwise like competitive, like in an OU sense. Just bring some funky things and try and figure out what sort of moves other Pokemon get. In terms of this matchup, I do think it's in favor of the Blastoise. Not necessarily because of the experience advantage, but because the Celebi's counter to Tornadus T is Archeops. So that's definitely an issue. And the Celebi's, like Tornadus is a really hard counter to Superior. Latios can also kind of take on Superior if it's only at +2. A defensive like Assault Vest Metagross also takes on Superior and also checks Clefable and also checks Tornadus Eye. Like it checks everything. So the matchup is just definitely in the favor. And the Celebi's have fat Pokemon like Clefable and Cresselia, but those Pokemon don't really like make a Sableye. But those Pokemon don't really appreciate like a Banded Flare Blitz from a Darmanitan. So yeah, the response this week is definitely in favor by like a 3-1 margin for the Blastoise, and I have to agree with that sentiment.
Indeed. All right, people, how about we give a round of applause to the Choice Horse Jay for giving you his in-depth analysis of that matchup, people. I'm proud.
Thanks, Jay Specs.
I'm proud to call you a friend.
You're always there to give me the participation ribbon.
Indeed. All right, now we have Code Keem versus Dimnees.
Yeah, this is the match of the season, boys.
This is the match of the season, and I might have to go with Dimnees. Not Dimnees. Hello. I like memeing Adam. I don't want to go with Adam. I can't go Adam on this one. I have to go with Jack because Jack memes Adam, so I have to meme Adam. So Adam, you better get memed this season.
Yeah.
I mean this game.
So this is a tough game. I was gonna say, so like Jack's got a very good team, but he doesn't have a great matchup against Manaphy. Like this Thundurus and then like Alakazam are like his only offensive mons, like hyper offensive mons, like offense with speed. He's got like some good bulk, which Manaphy is obviously notorious for like just eating for breakfast. And like he can run whatever moves he wants. So Manaphy is definitely a hard matchup for the Mienshau's team. Like he's got answers for some of the other stuff like Skarmory. He's got answers for, he can bring something, stuff for like the Scolipede, like Scizor can wall Scolipede if needed.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like Ampharos isn't going to be too much of a problem because you've got Kyurem and you got Pangoro and you got Mamoswine. But it's just, the Manaphy is what really jumps off the page, in my opinion. Just bring like Energy Ball, Scald, and Psychic. Or Ice Beam, probably, rather than Psychic, and that's GG.
Indeed. I'm very interested in this match. It's always a good matchup between Jack and Adam, and hopefully the saga continues.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, whoever wins this, well, I don't know. I don't think whoever wins this is going to be first place. It really depends on the result of the Keldeos match. Like, the Keldeos, if they are able to win, then they're going to be... There's actually no way that they can be less than first place. So, but if you watch the power rankings from week 3, the Keldeos are still ranked below the Mienshaos and Kakunas for whatever that's worth. So, I mean, there's going to come a point where the Keldeos can no longer be ignored, but, whoever falls off the undefeated, podium here is going to be whoever falls off is going to then fall below the Keldeos, and that one other team is going to be the only person standing in the way.
Until I step in and take over Adam's team, because Adam doesn't belong in this league.
Adam doesn't belong in the league that he started.
Yep.
That's like, why doesn't Steve step down from the GBA? He's so bad at battling. Oh my god.
Yo, funny fact, people. People always say that because Steve is horrible. But he's not really horrible.
No,
like, half you that call him horrible, he will drop you on your neck. Yo, the funniest thing about league battles is when the people in the comment section act as if they're just league pioneers and they know what they do in the situation, in the heat of the, like, nobody understands the pressure that is on you in a league match.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's like sports talk radio. Like, you just, let people say what they say and you gotta ignore it just because I don't know. People, yeah, like you said, people think that they're like the best things in sliced bread. So
Like, you should have went for this play, or you should have went for this play.
it was so obvious.
Seeing it in hindsight is completely different than seeing it in your face in the moment when you're recording for thousands of people. Calm down, horse.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is match of the week, guys. So check it
Yeah,
out.
and again, people just be looking out for me to take over Adam's team and rebranding it to the knees, please.
Okay.
All right, so next match we have the Shinryu Pikachus versus the Texas Nightmare, and much like the Celadon City Celebies match, it's highly favored for the Nightmare due to the Nightmare pretty much being I wouldn't say they're pioneers in this format but compared to the Johan Johan just literally, this is his first league. He's been trying to get in the league format for a while now, and I mean, he's been thrown into the wolves. So I mean, it's pretty much up to you to hop in and be able to stay with the pack, and not get left behind.
Yeah, it seems like so far, I think so far the Pikachus, the biggest area of improvement for them is going to be their team building. Like, they have a decent enough team. They've got Fire, Water, Grass ability there. They've got Fairy, Dragon, Steel ability. They've got good speed, good priority, good utility. So the team itself is really not bad. Like, it's maybe slightly lacking in the bulk. Like, it's just like Florges and Goodra and Quagsire for bulk. But I think the team building is what needs to improve the most. For example, Substitute Quagsire is not a set that can come to every match.
That's the best set.
I'm not saying it couldn't work. Like, I'm sure that there's a scenario where it somehow works.
It's the best set of all time.
It's so if he can, step up the game in the team building, like, a lot of his problems are going to take care of themselves.
Yeah, I mean, team building is something you literally have to work at to get better at, though. You just have to, but you're working, you just have to have some type of knowledge of basic Pokemon. Like, you have to know what's dangerous to you, what's not dangerous. Like, you got to know what your switch-ins are. You got to know what you can't stand on. You got to know how much damage you can do to things. And hopefully I helped him out a little bit, because I made him aware of the Pokemon calculator. So he's able to do calcs for stuff and find out what actually he can do.
Good.
Now it's just depending on what his spreads are, and if depending on his spreads, like he likes bringing offensive sub-Quag and physical offensive Sceptile and stuff like that. Not saying the stuff is necessarily bad, but in a situation where Sceptile is a way better special attacker, I mean, you pretty much have coverage that you'd have with your physical moves, and that be able to hit harder on the special side. So it's just stuff like that you have to try to be aware of.
Yeah, definitely. And, this is not to say that Johan is the only person who could stand to improve on these sorts of things. I think Devin of the Texas Nightmare can probably take some of that same advice as well. I think his team is structured a little bit more, I don't want to say poorly, but I think, in terms of like team synergy, I think actually the Pikachus have the advantage. But the Nightmare, they've got the win, and the Pikachus don't. They both have very offensive teams. I'm looking forward to a very offensive match coming out here. You just look at a Pokemon like Gengar. Like, Gengar just doesn't have any counters, like, period. So that can definitely put in a dent on the Pikachus. Something like a Scarf Excadrill is probably going to be your best response to Gengar, or Assault Vest Excadrill.
And before he brings Sandforce without Sand.
Sandforce Excadrill actually be really awesome, but I when I had Excadrill, I never brought that because I'm a horse, I guess.
Yeah, fun fact is the first time I actually used Drill, I had Excadrill and T-Tar, but I never abused Sand Rush or Sand Force, whichever one he gets both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only always use Mold Breaker because the people I was ended up playing always had a Rotom, and I wanted to be able to not be walled by the Rotom. And I mean, I ended up getting like 8 or 9 kills in like 4 games. So
There you go.
the start of Excadrill being my mascot was born.
Yeah. All right, we're powering through, my friend.
Indeed, that's what we need to do, because them knees is gonna cry if I don't. All right, and now we have the next video. We have the Chicago Flock, the best name of all time. That name is gorgeous. All right, I'm gonna steal your name and your logo. No, not your logo. I'll get my own logo, but I'll take that name. Against the Washington Smogon Birds.
Yeah. So this is the battle of the birds of the Boyds.
The Boyds.
Yeah. Can we talk about how little respect there is for Slurpuff right now in this poll?
Yeah,
the kill leader.
It's pretty one-sided, even though Slurpuff for the most part has been ripping this league apart.
Yeah, but I mean, in this case, it kind of makes sense. Like, it seems like the Talonflames have one of the hardest counters to Belly Trim Slurpuff, being Mega Aggron.
But I'm pretty sure Slurpuff was 10-0. But in week 4, I'm pretty sure Slurpuff was 10-0. 10 kills, 0 deaths, people.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Slurpuff.
Slurpuff.
Leading the kill leader over Lando T, over Mega Lopunny, over Victini, over Mega Pinsir, over Entei, Slurpuff.
Yep. But moving beyond the obvious, eye-catching matchup here, it should be interesting. Like, this is actually a team where all of the dark types that the Flock has could actually, well, it's only Crawdaunt and Absol, really. But they can potentially put in the work because there's not a very good dark resist on the Talonflames team besides, Machamp.
Flex on these Rangers, Machamp.
Yeah, so Crawdaunt's actually a very important Pokemon here because the Talonflames have a very bulky team. And so that Crawdaunt is going to be accountable for just denting everything and its mother.
That moment when you almost send a viewer a emoji with your tongue out.
Oh,
it's kind of gay.
Okay.
Glad I didn't send that. Oh my lord, people. Be careful of those emojis. All right, go ahead, CJ. Continue.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big thing. Like, if the Talonflames can find a way to eliminate things like Thundee and Crawdaunt, just from like good maneuvering and setting up hazards and stuff like that, the Talonflames are going to be in a good position here. They also have to keep Aggron healthy. The only thing that thing is allowed to come in on is the Slurpuff. That's really all there is to it. If you can't get weakened like at all, because I guess Empoleon also can maybe take one, but it probably can't. Like, that thing doesn't have base 230 defense and it doesn't have filter, so it's not taking a Drain Punch.
I mean, nobody wants to take a Drain Punch. I mean, if they just drain your life force and punch you in the belly, it hurts.
Yeah,
right?
that does hurt. So
kind of hurts.
It's gonna be a curious match. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it's gonna be one-sided one way or the other.
I actually want to see another Slurpuff sweep. Like, I want to see it done.
Yeah, just not against me.
Yeah, no, I want to do it against CJ, please.
No, that's the opposite of what I said.
Please do it. Save Slurpuff for a while, let him rest, and then bring it against CJ. Lead with it and say GG.
Yeah.
All right, so the final match, we have the Tampa Bay Lose Weights versus the.
No, that's the. I mean, yeah, that's pretty funny.
Isn't it the Toronto Luxuries, right?
You got it, my friend.
Versus the Scizors, the Seattle Scizors. I was about to say the Detroit Steel Wings, but
no, that's not even.
Leave Crimson alone.
Yeah, this is actually the closest vote I think that we've had so far since we started switching to this format.
Yeah, surprisingly, 7 people voted for the Scizors and 6 people voted for the Lose Weights, even though Monotoi isn't in his league.
No, I love how he made that his own, though. Like, someone was trying to be mean to him, and he's like, you know what? That's going to be my new name, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, wait, so somebody was really trying to tell him to lose weight?
Yeah. That's why that's the joke. And then
he doesn't even look fat.
No, he doesn't. And so he just owned it. And now it's like a meme, and it's worked out really well for him and his channel.
All right, yeah. Shout outs to Mono, man, bruh. I watched you grow, bruh. You was when I hit 100, you were literally like 20 subs above me. Now you're at 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
That GBA love,
Yeah.
showing you some serious love.
What's that expression? I'm rubber and you're glue.
Yeah, whatever bounced it off to me. I mean, whatever
exactly.
bounced off to me and sticks to you.
One of those middle school expressions or whatever.
I heard that from the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shoutouts to that show coming back.
Yeah, coming back. It was when that glue monster popped up, and then Buttercup doused herself in flour. You're rubber and I'm glue. Whatever you do to me, bounces off to me and sticks to you. Okay, Buttercup.
All right, let's talk about some Pokemon.
No.
No, let's just talk about how Monotoui's not fat.
Let's talk about how Adam needs to go to sleep.
Okay, what does that even mean? All right, we're moving on. We're not answering that question.
All right, yeah, but like CJ said, this is probably, if not 100%, the closest poll we've had, with a 53% to 46% race, 7-6. And the matchup, does the matchup say the same though?
Yeah, I don't know. So, you mean Weavile's got a good matchup here, save for the Gramble and the Beedrill, I would say. But Weavile has a good matchup all the time. It's like Pinsir. Like, there's just not a lot of counters to Weavile besides, like, Mega Scizor and Mega Venusaur and Keldeo.
Oh yeah, no, Weavile has an amazing matchup. It beats the Donphan, it beats the Jellicent. Oh my.
Yeah, and the interesting thing though is that the Scissors have like just the right like amount of speed and also like the right team composition to be able to kind of counter Mega Gardevoir.
True.
Like with the Pharaoh, but then also Latios and Raikou can kind of take it on. Like Raikou probably can't take like a ton of hyper voices, but put an Assault Vest on it, you can put good damage on it with a Shadow Ball in return.
Just think if Weavile got Sucker Punch, man.
Yeah, it'd be a powerful move.
It would be OU. I mean OU. Hello, it would be Ubers.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I see Gramble doing really well this match. Just because it takes on the Bends, it takes on the Chestnut, it takes on the Infernape, it takes on the Weavile. I mean, Infernape does get a gunk shot, so you have to be aware of that.
Gramble is CJ's mascot.
It's more like
Shiny Gramble.
That's kind of what I look like, so I guess I see what you're saying there.
Oh, you got the fangs?
Yeah, I've got the most ridiculous underbite you've seen in your entire life.
CJ got them fangs. Them fangs is bigger than them knees.
Yeah, I'll post a picture for you guys later if you don't believe me.
Yes, it's not like he does face cam videos or anything like that.
No, I mean I do a few, just not all the time.
All right, so EJ, who you choosing in this matchup, friend?
I don't know. It's tough. Like Weavile's really scary, but the Scissors have some good, some good mons of their own. Like if they can figure out a way to deal with the Weavile, I think that they've got the rest of the checks. But it's easier said than done trying to check a Weavile.
I mean, Weavile is Weavile. I mean, or you can be like Osseo and try to run Weavile with counter, predicting Infernape to beat your Weavile, and then it actually does still beat your Weavile with Will-O-Wisp.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, that would have been a good bring.
Yeah, but leave it to Cloud to bring defensive Infernape the one time he needed to counter the Weavile.
Yeah.
Defensive fire types, people, you gotta use them more. They're actually amazing.
They are amazing.
Heatran is not the only defensive fire type, and though Infernape isn't that bulky, stuff like Victini and Entei with natural 100 base, well, Entei isn't that natural 100 base, but the stuff with natural bulk like that, you gotta take advantage of it sometimes.
Yeah.
Alright, so make sure to leave a like on this video, and do not subscribe to CJ.
Why would you ever think about even doing that?
Because, in fact, everyone who did subscribe, make sure you unsubscribe, alright?
Yeah, definitely. And then tell all of your friends that CJ worships Verlis.
Oh, wait, don't bring that devil in here.
Yeah, actually, I think I just vomited a little bit in my mouth saying
Oh
that.
my goodness, Verlis is the only one with good sets. I mean, who needs a defensive Wailord with max Spadef, max defense, heavy slam, and some other bad moves.
The only good water Pokemon sets are ones that get walled by fire types.
True. The only good sets are ones without stab.
Yeah. Anyway, now that we just completely, like, vomited all over ourselves.
Oh, true. I mean, you gotta try to have fun in these things, man. You don't have fun, you're gonna hate these things.
Yeah. But we do, as always, have the poll that we want you guys to check out for the Week 6 matchups, and tell us what you think. And, make sure to vote for that as soon as possible, and that way your score will get shown in this video next week.
And don't vote for CJ.
Yeah, again, why would you even consider doing that?
Because I never vote for CJ.
No, nobody ever does.
All right, I'm done bothering CJ. I don't want him to not like me anymore. So, yeah, goodbye.
See you, friends.